Hello there and welcome to the ultimate YouTube guide on how to start a successful YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you've ever thought about having a YouTube channel or been a little bit too scared to start a YouTube channel. And if you already do have a channel, make sure you link it down below. I feel like it'd be kind of nice for all of us to kind of share each other's channels, let each other know a little bit about one another, discover new channels. So you're more than welcome to let the Outies family see what your channel is all about. So what really led me to start this video is because I know a lot of people that have always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but they've always been too afraid, or they don't feel like they know enough to start a channel, or there's just like that fear of putting yourself out there, which I totally understand because I feel like we all go through it. Everyone that's ever been on that's ever uploaded a video, we have that same fear. So I'm here to tell you that it will be okay, and that hopefully this guide will help you in finally taking, you know, that initiative to make your dreams come true and do the things that you've always wanted to do. So talking from personal experience, I always wanted a YouTube channel. From the very first time I ever watched a video, which was actually Michelle Phan's smoky eye video, I was like, this is incredible. I fell in love. Literally all I ever did in high school was, and in college actually also, I'm still in college, but all I ever did was watch videos, and I was just so intrigued by the fact that you can build a connection with someone through a computer screen. I was like mind blown, and I love that, and I fell in love with it, and I became like addicted to wanting to start a channel. And I searched for so many videos, and I never quite found a video that really went into everything that I'm about to go into in this video. So if you really want to start a channel, and if you feel like you're really passionate about it, take this as a sign to do it this year. A happy new year to start your channel and to really just make your dreams come true, because I feel like a lot of people want this, but a lot of people don't take that first step to start a channel. So let's get into the tips. I want to let you guys know that in the description box you can find extra information on videos that I highly recommend you watch, on time slots for this video, so that if you're just interested in thumbnails, or if you're just interested in music, or if you're just interested in, you know, how to do something, a specific thing from YouTube, you can find it down below in a little time slot, so you can just like fast forward, go back, fast forward. I want this video to be super helpful. So we're starting with equipment, because that's one of the questions that I get asked the most. So currently I'm filming with a Canon EOS 6D, so it's a DSLR camera. It's a bit on the pricier side, but I actually started YouTube with the Canon T3i, which I highly recommend. It's an amazing camera, quality-wise incredible. But what I wanted to really emphasize in this video is that people come for the content, but they stay for the personality. So regardless if you are somebody that, you know, starting on your phone or you're starting on your webcam, that doesn't matter. It's important to note that, because I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, I'm gonna get this camera and I'm gonna get all these lights and I'm gonna have like this setup and like that's it. A lot of people are gonna start watching me, and that's not really true. I want to feel that genuine connection with the person I'm watching, and for myself, regardless of the lights and everything else, that doesn't matter to me. It really does. And I'll give you guys an example. Miranda Sings. Miranda Sings' personality is over the charts. If you take a note into her content, her camera isn't the best, the lighting isn't the best, it's all about personality, and that's really what it's all about. So in my opinion, I think the most important thing is for you to recognize that in the beginning, it's gonna take you a little bit to get your personality out to the camera, because it can be a little bit intimidating. And you guys can go back to some of my older videos and you'll notice, like, I just sit there and I'm kind of like with my arms together and I'm like, hi guys, like blah blah blah, you know, but I was trying, and that in itself is really great. But first and foremost, people will always stay for the personality. So that's it. That's really all you need. Yourself. That's it. And also a few things that you might need for your camera if you're looking into actually purchasing a camera are, of course, you know, the lens that comes with it. You're gonna need an SD card, and so I'll link down below, like all the information will just be down below. I'm just giving you guys like the brief things that I have. An SD card, of course, the battery, and then I actually have a mounted microphone onto my camera, just because the camera microphone is actually not very good. So this camera really gets that like really crisp kind of sound, and it just helps you guys hear me out. In terms of lighting, I actually have this really huge window right here, like right above me, and what I could say is that natural lighting is the best lighting. However, if you live somewhere like in Florida like myself, you know, Florida weather is kind of bipolar, so you do kind of have to rely on, oh, if it's a gloomy day, maybe I can't film. So you kind of want to start to know what times in the days are the best. So for me personally, I usually film around 10 to 2 o'clock. it works the best for me. But you guys can definitely see, you know, how the weather is like, how the lighting hits your room, and what area you want to be. So that's why I'm always facing this way, because it's the most illuminated area. Now I also have lights, which I will have linked down below, and these are super affordable lights. These are not like anything crazy. My boyfriend Dennis was the one that actually looked into all of this for me, so I will also be linking that down below just in case you're interested in a pair of really cheap lights. In terms of what I edit and use to edit, I have this handy dandy computer right here, MacBook Pro. I really love this computer. I love Apple products. I think they're great, especially for people that are really creative. I actually have a little bit of a background in graphic design, so I got this computer for that purpose, and I use Final Cut Pro X. And I really like Final Cut Pro X because it really helps me connect the dots. Like everything that I have in my mind, I can easily put onto the screen. Next, I'm gonna be talking about thumbnails, and thumbnails are super important. In terms of sizing for a thumbnail, 1280 by 720. That is YouTube standard. So what I use to create my thumbnails are PicMonkey. So PicMonkey is like a really cheap subscription service. You can pay for the whole thing, or you can just use a little bit of its gadgets in there, but I pay for the full service. So I create my thumbnails on PicMonkey, and then I actually create the text on Photoshop. So you can also do the text on PicMonkey if you choose to have text and a picture with your thumbnail. That's just kind of how I've created like my style on YouTube. I really like my thumbnails to look very crisp, very white, what the video is all about, just like a quick capture, and then just the text to the side. So you guys can definitely play around with what you feel your style would be best. Something that I would say to stay away from is copying other people's thumbnails. I did have an occurrence where I saw a girl's thumbnail that was the exact same of mine. And the thing with this is, not only are you kind of discrediting the artist, but you're really taking away your fullest potential of yourself. When you start to copy and when you start to kind of assimilate what other people are like, you lose your own potential, because YouTube is all about bringing yourself, right? You don't want to be emulating anybody else's style or anything like that. And I think it's a big red flag, specifically for people that are on a higher range of subscribers. If anything, it's gonna hurt you, because their subscribers and their family is gonna be like, hey, like that thumbnail looks awfully familiar to this person. So really stay away from copying and try to find your own style. And I'm sure you will find your own style. We're all so different, and different styles are appreciated. So my opinion, I don't want to go to my subscription feed and find like 10 of the same looking thumbnails. That's boring. That's really boring to me. I don't want to click on that. So find your own style and bring yourself to your thumbnail. Bring yourself to the screen. And that's all anybody could ever ask for. It comes across as more genuine, and people will want to watch it. I promise. Another thing that's really important in my opinion is having end cards. So my end card basically says subscribe for more, and then I actually do something, a lot of people don't do this, but I just find it nice to like kind of give back to you guys. So I have something that's called Outie of the Week, and I also have Video Outie of the Week. So it gets you guys involved, and you guys always appear at the end of my video for those of you that actually participate. And so I really like it that way, but a lot of people, what they do is they just have like their initial last video, click on there, and their initial last video, but I like to include you guys on there. So that's what I have right now. And then I also just link all my social media. So I have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Periscope. Now, something I would say with your social media links is to try to be really consistent so that people can find you. So my YouTube channel is Natalie's Outlet, and that's how you can find me on all of the social medias. You can find me on Snapchat as Natalie's Outlet, on Twitter as Natalie's Outlet. So it makes it easier for the people that are actually viewing you to find you. And you know, it could be a little bit hard to find a name that's on YouTube that isn't already taken on the other sites, but that's where, you know, creativity comes in place. It's where your own personality, your own take comes in place on what you want your channel to represent. So have something that you are known for, or have something that represents you. So for instance, Natalie's Outlet came about as a girl in college who got really upset with the monotony of college, and so I wanted my own creative space. I wanted my own creative outlet. So Natalie's Outlet came about, and my vision for my channel has always been to make it everybody's outlet. So I never added the apostrophe because apostrophe signifies ownership, and when I thought of my channel, I wanted it to be everybody's personal outlet. So have something like that. I know like one of my friends, Sophia Styled, which I love, highly recommend you guys to check out her channel. Her main kind of like slogan for herself is a DIY cook that's super awesome. I've never heard that before. Try not to copy other people's names, because that's just not original, and some people actually will actually like almost hinder what you want people to subscribe. They're gonna be like, oh, like she copied, like my life is Natalie. Like, come on, right? My life is Ava. She already exists. So be you. Be you. That's the best advice ever. So another thing that I really want to focus on is passion. Passion is super important when it comes to YouTube, because honestly, it's the only thing that's gonna keep you going when you're up editing late at night. Trust me, I probably don't sleep any earlier than 4 o'clock in the morning. I know it sounds crazy, but YouTube takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of love and passion and genuine passion for it. If you're somebody that is constantly focusing on the numbers, you're gonna hinder your own success, because one, you're gonna be upset, and two, you lose sight of what's really important, and the fact that you're creating a community of people, whether it's a small niche, whether now it's become a larger niche, it's still a person. So, you know, if you get one person to view your video, that still counts for something, you know, because you love what you do. And to me personally, I feel like that's the most important thing, passion. If I ever find out that I'm losing passion for YouTube, I will honestly stop. But I'm not, because I love YouTube. But it's just, passion is so important, and I feel like a lot of people lose sight of the fact that it's not about numbers. Even though nowadays we live in a society that kind of is always focused on numbers. How many numbers you have on Twitter, how many numbers you have on Instagram, you know, like all this stuff. We are people at the end of the day, and if somebody's super passionate, regardless if they have millions of subscribers or like 1 subscriber and that's themselves, I will still subscribe to the person that I find the most genuine passion for. And yeah, I hope that if you're starting a channel, it's because you're genuinely passionate for it, and you genuinely love it, and you genuinely want to share that with other people. Something else I want to talk about is when I first started YouTube, uploading was such a hassle for me. My gosh, literally it would take me a whole day just to upload a 4 or 5 minute video, which is crazy. So what I recommend, if you have really slow internet like myself, is go to a school, or go to somewhere where it's like Starbucks. Sometimes Panera has good Wi-Fi. Steal some Wi-Fi and get your video up and running. Schools have like the ultimate fastest Wi-Fi, something that I use called Handbrake, which I will link down below. And that's what I personally use now to upload my videos. What it does is it really just shrinks the size of a video, because videos consume so much space in your computer and just online. So it shrinks it down to the point where I literally upload a video in like 10 minutes. Another thing that I feel is super important that isn't really talked about a lot is believe in yourself, all right? And the reason I really want to talk about this is because when you start YouTube, there's like a lot of things getting thrown at you, but a lot of great things. Like, you're learning so much. You're literally like a sponge, and you're like, oh my God, like I'm learning about thumbnails, I'm learning about colors, I'm learning about, you know, all of these topics, and it's incredible, especially if you're somebody that really loves it. There are moments where, like I said, if you start to focus on the numbers, you will hinder your success, because you'll become addicted. Literally. And it happened to me where you're like going on your page and you're checking and you're like, oh my God, oh, I've gone up 1 person, yay. Oh no, 2 people have unsubscribed. Oh no, I'm going, you know? So if you focus on the numbers, you're really focusing on the itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini picture. And it's no fun. With believing in yourself, believe that other people will love your content, visualize yourself. And I know some people don't believe in this. Personally, when I really wanted to grow my channel, I actually did something really funny and really embarrassing, but it really worked. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm a strong believer of having a very positive mindset. The things that I visualize and really like meditate into really do happen in my life, and it's strange, but it happens. So like, for instance, I remember I was watching Michelle Phan's videos, and I was like, oh, how cool would it be if I met her? And I started to visualize myself, meeting like the Ipsy girls, and I actually got to meet them. It's strange. And I actually got to be in a video with Michelle Phan. What? You know, so it definitely works. In terms of numbers, if you also want to like increase your numbers, what I did is I actually, and this is all kind of like the law of attraction and attracting good into your life. You first have to believe it, visualize it, and then act upon it, because just visualizing or just daydreaming about it really doesn't get it done. So I actually took like a screenshot of my entire YouTube channel, and where I had like my subscriber count, I went into PicMonkey and I changed it. And I put like 100,000. That was always my goal. I wanted to reach 100,000 on YouTube. That was my goal, right? And goals are important too. So then I went into the views and I changed the numbers. And I would look at that picture like on a daily basis, and I would look at it and I'd be like, okay, wow, well, if I'm seeing it here, it's possible. It sounds crazy, but it works, people. I don't know, if you're willing to go through the work of actually meditating and visualizing something that you want, I can assure you, you'll have it in no time. You also have to focus on the banner. So when people go to your channel, like that's the first thing they see. So if you go to my channel, this is just mobile right now. My banner is very colorful, like I want it to be. It's very crisp. It's very happy, a lot of colors. That's kind of what I want my channel to represent. So you figure out what you want your channel to represent and try to embody that also, not just in your banner, which I'll leave some really good videos down below on how to create your own banner, but also in your picture, in your icon picture. And my icon picture has actually never changed. It was never planned to be like me with a bubble pony, just like looking down, smelling my armpit. It was never meant to be that picture, but I stuck with it because the picture I felt represented kind of who I am. It's kind of bright. It's kind of like my iconic picture. And I've left that picture all through my social media sites as well. In terms of changing up your picture, you're more than welcome to do that. For me personally, I find that I would rather stick to the same picture so people actually know when I've commented on their channels, they're like, oh, hey, I feel like that face is familiar. You know, how about I check on it? How about I click it? And so it gives people more of the initiative to like familiarize themselves with you. Another thing that I find to be really important, I have my own cards, my own YouTube cards. And the reason I find this really important, so these are my cards right here. Natalie's Outlet, and it has all like my social media. It's the same kind of branding image as my banner. The reason why I chose to have business cards is because when you start going to different YouTube events and conventions and meeting with different people and different brands, you want to make it easy for them, like I said, to find you. So if I'm somebody that they're asking, oh, so like, are you somebody that does YouTube? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I am. Well, they'll be like, what's your YouTube channel name? And I'll say, oh, it's Natalie's Outlet. You know, they'll kind of forget it. But if you actually give them something tangible to hold and to be like, hey, like I'm giving you the, you know, the token to look for my channel, then it gives people more of an initiative to find you and to look for you, as opposed to being like, oh, let me just write it on a piece of paper. It also looks more professional, specifically if it comes to companies and brands. So I highly recommend a business card. A lot of YouTubers have business cards, and you'll see them at events, like exchanging them and, you know, just being like, hey, like this is my YouTube channel. And I feel like it's always a very nice way to introduce somebody to your channel. Another really important aspect of YouTube is collaborations. Super important. Making genuine YouTube friends is something that is irreplaceable. It makes your experience so much better. I know some people actually like comment, and I find this to be actually like quite smart, and they'll be like, hey guys, I hope all the outies are having a beautiful day, you know, whatever you're going through, like motivating kind of comments. And then people are like, wow, like that person seems really genuine, let me click and see if they might have a YouTube channel, as opposed to being like, hey guys, I'm trying to reach blah 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 and this and that and blah blah, and like spamming the comments of a certain person. It can come across as not being very genuine. And like I said, you know, being yourself and not faking to be somebody else is like spotted right off the bat. Like when you watch someone, you will know if they're not being themselves. It's instinctive. So I highly recommend you guys to meet friends when you go to events. Just be genuine with people, regardless if they have subscribers or if they don't, if they're just starting or if they have millions of subscribers, if they've made it their job. Everybody is a human. We're all equal here. So, you know, treat them as another person. And if you really want to be their friend, then, you know, start creating friendships. And you'll notice that when you have a really amazing group of friends, like you guys are unstoppable. Like you guys will help uplift each other up. And that's the most important thing. Like have friends that can help you grow, that have friends that are positive, have friends that are always like, you know, Natalie, I feel like you can improve on this. have friends that are very honest with you, and that comes with YouTube as well. You know, have people that are willing to uplift you. So like, I have an amazing group of friends here: Sophia Style, Wild Moon, I have Karina Garcia, Breland, and now like Timmy. Like, we have an incredible group chat going on, and like, this is what I always wanted out of YouTube. So it's just super nice to have people that are really motivating and that love you for you. Now, when it comes to emails, now this is kind of like the boring back end of YouTube, but I feel like it's still important if you plan on making YouTube something that's serious for you. Have an end card when you send emails to people. So like, my end card says Natalie's Outlet. It links all my social media sites so that the person that I'm contacting can easily look at my Twitter, they can look at my Instagram, they can look at my Facebook, absolutely everything. And then at the end, also, it's important to kind of include like recent news. So like, if you've been part of like a collaboration that was really awesome, you know, you can include that in there for them so that they can get a little glimpse of what you represent and who you are. And I feel like end cards are super important because companies, for instance, get a lot of emails in a day, and you want them to know who they're talking to, right? You want to make their job a little bit easier. So just having that at the end, it makes you look a little more professional, and it makes them want to work with you a lot more. Now, when it comes to actually reaching out to companies, don't be afraid to reach out to companies. So like, for instance, Ipsy is doing like the Ipsy OS Studios thing. So if you were interested in that, you know, no problem. You can always reach out to them. They don't really have to be the ones reaching out to you. So just don't be afraid to reach out to companies and to reach out to friends and to reach out to other YouTubers, because at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all here learning, and it's a huge learning experience for all of us. In terms of music, I know this can be so hard to find good music, but YouTube is not lenient with copywritten music. So if you're starting off your channel with copywritten music, then you should know that you are putting your channel at risk. So some things that I personally know is that I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong down below, there's like that 30-second rule where you can use a little glitch of the song, but you can't use it fully. And like, literally like 30 seconds, I would go down to 20 just to be safe. Music that isn't copywritten, it's not the most popular, but at the end of the day, like I said, people might come for your content, but they stay for your personality. So it doesn't take all this glitz and glam and effects and all this to really have people that are genuinely love watching you. All it takes is you to be yourself. That's it. It's the most important like tip of them all from this video. If you get anything from this video, be yourself, girl or boy. So just prevent yourself from using illegal music. There are a ton of artists who are just so nice and are willing to let you use their music. And also, I personally use Audio Network. So I go to Audio Network, and you know, I have like this login from my network that allows me to use the music. So that would be kind of like my best bet. That's personally what I use. But if you guys use anything different, feel free to link it down below. I would love to know. Now, when it comes to networks, when you start YouTube, a lot of networks are going to approach you. And a lot of networks that aren't even legit networks. It's like becoming like a thing now where like people just create like their own network and are like, hey, like we'll help you grow and we'll help you get money and all this. Once again, all the things that you don't really want to look for when you're starting a channel. You don't really want to look for the fame. You don't really want to look for the money. So if a network is kind of approaching you in that way, or if the network is not even putting your name on the title, sign with a network if you choose to sign with a network that you feel embodies who you are, they hold your values, you know they'll hustle for you, and that you'll feel really comfortable in. So I'm personally signed right now with Icon Network, which is Michelle Phan's network, along with Endemol Beyond. They're an excellent network. You can tell that they really pride themselves in only selecting a few people, in really helping you grow and in getting you to different events that will hopefully help you grow and connect with other people. Your hard work is kind of going towards them as well, so you want to be with a network that actually values you as a creator, as opposed to just a little fish in the big deep sea. Trust me, you do not need to have a network to be successful on YouTube. I feel like that's a huge misconception that a lot of people have, and there's so many successful channels, and really success is defined by yourself, but there are a lot of really great channels that don't have a network, because at the end of the day, no one will hustle as much as you will for yourself. So, you know, even if you have a whole team of people like backing you up with things, At the end of the day, you're the front runner and you are the person that is hustling your way into YouTube. And yeah, no one will work as hard as you will for yourself. That's just kind of like a skill of life that I've learned. All right, another thing that I find really important is your YouTube layout. So like for instance, I'll show you guys my YouTube layout. You want to make it easy for people to find what you're kind of all about. So I start my channel, when people automatically go to my channel, they see popular uploads just because I feel like, oh, you know, they liked it, so why not show other people that? Also, having a video as the first thing that they see is really great because it keeps the video rolling. Try not to keep people that come to your channel from doing too much work. Instead, just have a video that's like consistently running, and there's a lot of ways to do that. Like, I'll leave some videos down below if you're interested in that. So I have my popular uploads, then I have my uploads, so like people know what I'm currently, you know, uploading. And then I have hack videos, which is something that I want to be known for, that I feel like I'm getting known for. And then I have my Beauty Busters Poop or Whoop series, which is where I test out like internet beauty hacks to see if they're a poop, a whoop, or a maybe baby. And so, you know, you want to have something that people, when they go to your channel, they'll be like, oh, like, yeah, I see what she's about. So what I mean by that is when they go to your channel, you have like playlists are just organized for them to actually watch. I think the last thing that I want to get away from this video is the haters, hater, naysayers. I like to call them the naysayers. Everybody in life has a different perspective, right? So don't take anything too personally on YouTube or in life, and this is just kind of like a life lesson on its own. When people are saying bad things about you, you know, that's just their perspective, that's their point of view. What can you do? There's really nothing. Don't let those people take away your tranquility and your happiness. Don't give them the power to do that. The point is not to take anything too seriously. It's just the internet. At the end of the day, it's a whole bunch of little letters combined to, you know, you put your own meaning to it. So just don't let the haters or the naysayers take away your happiness and your tranquility and the person that you are. That was it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that it helped you guys out. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if it did, and let me know down below if there's anything that I missed at all. You know, I could do a how to start a YouTube channel too or something like that. I want this video to be super helpful. Share it with your friends who have always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Tell them that this is a sign for them to do it if you feel that they embody, you know, passion and just love for being a creator. And I hope this video was really helpful to you guys, and I want to let you guys know thank you so much to everyone that has been a part of this family, that has really made my dreams come true, because honestly this has been a lifelong push for myself. I've always wanted to do this, but I never gave myself the opportunity to do it. So if you're somebody that has always been like that, you know, take this as a sign that it's your time to shine, it's your time to start, it's your time to start sharing with other people. And that's what YouTube is all about. It's all about sharing your genuine interest with others, and I think that's all that we can all expect from. All right, enough with the cheesiness. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and yeah, I hope this video was super helpful for you guys. Bye.
What's up, Outies? It's Dennis, and I'm here with Paula, my lovely bird. And we wanted to congratulate Natalie on a great year. She's done really well, and we're really proud of her. And hopefully you Outies get to see a lot more videos in the near future. Hopefully 2016 can be an awesome year. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Bye-bye.